It's Sunday morning here at Aragon, and it is time for morning warm-up. 10 minutes for the drivers, just to make sure that everything is A-OK. Let's cross over to your commentary team at TNT Sports.
I know when you raced in America, he was commentating, wasn't he? He was always...
That's right. Well, he actually worked for American Honda when I was...
Yeah.
So he was part of the team, right. Actually. So, yes, but heard a few stories.
Not better they were from Freddie. Loves a good old story.
But Mark, he's able to slide the front, and no one else can. And
so my question then is, this is particularly one of the corners where Marquez makes a difference, and everyone say just turns tighter and allows it. Hey, what, Pedro Costa looks strong through there, almost as if he's got that... I don't know, is there a manner of riding, a rear-end style? Or Alex Rins looks like he's had a technical already at the start here. That's between 7 and 8, isn't it? At the top of the corkscrew.
Not sure. It's hard to work out where that is, because a lot of this place looks the same, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, right, good call. Eagle Eye Gav. So, you know what, to answer your question, so, yes, Pedro is close. Pedro's got a similar skill level to be able to slide the front. You've been at his place, you've been out there seeing how he trains. Essentially, he's trying to replicate that during his training, his practicing. But do you know what? All the schools now, all the training facilities in Spain are teaching that.
Yeah.
Are purposely having these little go-kart tracks that have got painted areas that are slippier, so that when you enter the painted section of the track, the front folds, and you get used to catching it and saving it, and that becomes the norm. So what happens as riding styles evolve and continue to get better? The next generation, the generation Mark's racing against now, haven't got that base, basically. But the next generation will. So your rookies that we were watching this morning, by the time they're in MotoGP, you'll have to be able to have the skill of sliding the front. Some will be able to do it, and some won't.
This is the central racetrack through turns 10 and 11, down to 12. Miguel Oliveira in front of Alex Marquez into the bus stop.
Also, what's happened with Pecco is so he's lost a bit of confidence. He's searching for a certain feeling, so they keep changing the bike. What happens if every time you get on the bike it feels slightly different, but it still doesn't give you the feeling you want? You end up then going down a bit of a dead end, bit of a rabbit hole. It's quite a common thing that happens.
Yeah.
We've seen it over the years.
Is there a danger then, Neil? Just thinking about Mark's time at Honda, it got to a point where no one could ride the Honda. Have Ducati got to ignore Mark almost and build a bike for everyone else?
Yes, absolutely. Otherwise, I think...
And it hasn't been built around him, we will say, won't we?
Not been built around him at all. No, basically, the 25 Ducati is the 24 with a few little tweaks, but it is different, even though Mark
keeps saying
it's not.
Every time he's...
And that's Mark just playing the game, and he's obviously, that's part of racing, isn't it? You've to play the game. You have to try and psychologically destroy who you think that is going to be your main rival. He's done it with everyone except his brother, who is his main rival. And he won't do it with his brother, will he?
No.
Unless he needs to. Unless he needs
Well, even then, I saw the post-race, anyone seen it on social media, the post-race in between Aldeguer and Alex Marquez, and they're sat in the back. And have you seen it?
Yeah, there's a lot of in-chat, isn't there?
There's a lot of in-chat, but also it's like it's about the Suzuki, and you wonder, what settings are you running, you know, in there? Or were you going to use the medium? All these sorts of things. How were you feeling at the end of the race? And Mark throwing out, he goes, no, I'm joking. But then you're like, he's double bluffing kind of things. It's funny.
Yeah, it is very funny. They've clearly all got a really good relationship.
Here is Fermin.
But it is, I mentioned it yesterday, they are loving Aldeguer being up there, because the Marquez brothers don't really get on with Pedro Acosta. He's obviously the Great White Hulk, the young, super talented, it's Pedro Acosta. He's going to win all these championships. But then Aldeguer's come along, and now he's stealing Pedro's thunder. So the Marquez brothers are Team Aldeguer, I know obviously Alex Marquez shares the team anyway with Aldi.
Well, there's the other thing, isn't there? Grassini's almost resurrected Mark's career. You know, they're looking after Alex. There's a great relationship, obviously. It's a fantastic team. It always has been. It always has been. You go right back to people who have ridden for that Grassini team over the years. And huge names. You know, Cato.
Wow, yeah. When you say that was,
winning races.
I've forgotten that.
Won the championship, of course, with Giro. They had previously Capirossi's, and you know, it's a team that's stood the course.
Oh, it's so easy to forget how long they've been involved. Obviously, that was back with Fausto. I mean, it's incredible. It's
Colin Edwards rode in there.
So sad with you know, losing Fausto during COVID. But I bet he couldn't have even dreamt what would have happened after that. I mean, we assumed that would be the end of the team, and it's been anything but that, with Nadia Padovani taking the helm and just doing an incredible job. But there's so many good people in that team.
Yeah.
And they're a friendly team, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's a nice team.
A bit of a party team as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are not shy to blare the music out on a Saturday night. And
work hard, play hard, isn't it?
A lot of guests always. Marco Bezzecchi just in the back of shot. He had a good ride, didn't he? From 20th on the grid. And actually, further back, because he spun up off the start, a bit like Marc Marquez did. And he was right at the very back.
Right at the back.
Came through to 8th place in the end. Was motoring. Whether it can be the same today when everyone's going to be running the medium tyre, I'm a bit more doubtful. Because I do believe in Acosta, Vinales. I do believe that some people will have good late race pace. Even the Yamahas, actually, with the medium tyre in. I do feel like, you know, it should be a better day for them. But it was good, wasn't it, from Bezzecchi after
really
a shocking,
impressive.
a shocker in qualifying.
Yeah, he looked fantastic during the race, but the medium tyre really, the fact that he qualified last, he thought, well, I might as well put the medium on, gather some information for tomorrow's race, and then, as it turned out, that was the right tyre to use.
Mark's just gone down to a 146.9, around about the fastest race lap of yesterday.
Yeah, we thought he'd take it steady this morning, didn't we? Not risk too much, make sure everything's all right for the afternoon.
Interestingly, Rinta's gone back out with a soft rear tyre, must be on allocation, and
Augusto Fernandez, has he crashed at 5?
Yep, that's up the hill, isn't it?
It's the crash that we've seen so many times.
Manuel Gonzalez is, wasn't it, from Moto2 yesterday? We saw one in rookies earlier and a big barrel roll.
Big barrel roll.
Washing machine stuff for Augusto. That'll shake his breakfast up inside him. He's got a big testing day tomorrow as well as Augusto Fernandez. Technical problem for him yesterday. And there are rumours, Neil, that Manuel Gonzalez will be testing the Aprilia tomorrow. That's the Moto2 Championship leader. He has qualified 18th after crashing there in qualifying, but he's going to take Ayagura's place. He's still out injured, in case you weren't aware. That's interesting, isn't it? Mid-season, a Moto2 rider.
Really interesting, and
it has happened in the past. I seem to remember Canet or Joe Roberts doing them. I'm sure they stood in for a test or something once.
Yeah, we've not had it confirmed yet off the team. Obviously, we will find out tomorrow. Anyway, there's nowhere to hide. But a strange one, as in, for me, it's like if you're Gonzalez's manager, it's like, what a great opportunity. But then you're leading the Moto2 Championship. We're in a really sensitive period for Gonzalez. We chatted about it over breakfast, didn't we? I went, just from nowhere, now starting to get a feeling Gonzalez might throw this one away, because he's been the fastest man all year, and now a few big mistakes are starting to happen.
And the other vultures are circling. You know, Moreira is starting to pick up consistency. Right. Canet's always going to be there. Yeah. Baltus is looking. Actually, he's got
getting some consistently there. Yeah, absolutely. So
that's without Boscosgro performing. And wow, there are some talent on Boscosgro's. You know, whether it be your Viettis, Arbolinos, Jake Dixons, who's won twice this year. So yeah, he's got to be careful. I think I agree. But as you say, his manager's probably thinking,
well, what do we do here? We can't turn this down.
Can't turn this down. We know that there's going to be a ride there next year.
Yes.
And there aren't many in MotoGP.
No, that's true.
For grabs. Looked like Pecco Bagnaia might have run off track there. whatever they're trying to do. He's tried longer forks this week, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's tried a lot of things.
Get a little bit more travel. I don't know. It's he always likes to go on the rubber stops of his suspension, didn't he, Pecco? And it's just like, I don't know.
I mean, his strong points was his. What's won him 2 world titles was the braking zone. He was so good. Speak to anyone at Ducati. Like I said, they always shared data, and it's like, oh my God, Pecco can get the bike stopped quicker than anyone else, and then he's lost his superpower. Do you know what? I thought Alex Marquez was going to trump Mark, because Mark's topped every session, and look how close it is, and he's not quite managed it.
Yeah, just
on for the
outside.
Perfect weekend.
Well,
I know, yeah.
Missed out on the fastest lap of the race in the sprint. I don't think that counts as the perfect weekend.
No, the perfect weekend is topping every session, isn't it?
Topping every session.
That's got to be.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we've got the race to come this afternoon. Much longer. Everybody will run the medium tyre. Who's that going to help? Who's that going to play into the hands of who?
Here we go. It's through turn 10 here. Oh.
That was a Fabio Quartararo moment, wasn't it? Just broke traction.
I'm not risking it here. Morning warm-up. So with Marc Marquez top, Pecco Bagnaia is down in 6th place. Tops yet another session. Lines up for his practice start. On the top of the hill. Alex Marquez second. Pedro Acosta third. So, you know, it was Aldeguer coming through. I don't think Aldeguer will have it necessarily all his own way to do that today. I think Morbidelli, I think of some of the other people who, when they get on the medium tyre. What's the difference? Because people chose the soft, but actually it felt like the medium was the choice yesterday.
Yeah, the medium was the right choice, to be honest. I think it looked like the soft had 3 good laps in it, maybe 4. And then it was an 11-lap race, wasn't it? So then...
And you got this understeer. It was this...
The problem was...
Edges, basically.
There was no real advantage, because I think in the other laps where you had the grip, to the crowd, what a great atmosphere. You're going there, aren't you, in a bit? Yeah. You're going to go down there with Nat. Soak in the atmosphere. Yeah, the reality is you put the softer tyre that lasts about 3 to 4 laps, gives you more grip, definitely, but unfortunately that pushes the front. So that makes the longer corners trickier, makes the understeer much greater. So you put the medium in, less grip. So you less grip explains itself. You're not going to get as much traction, it's not going to fire out the corners, but then actually it allows the bike to turn better, so you can get the bike stood up. So yeah, for an out-and-out one-off lap, you'd always go for the softer tyre, and you'd hold your breath up when it's understeering a little bit. But for race distance, absolutely you've got to go for the medium.
And Marquez just makes it work, didn't he? He actually said the edge grip was going, but that's why as well, he manages it. He managed the first 3 or 4 laps with Marquez. He had a bad start, got elbows in with Pedro, but he let the race come to him, and he didn't burn up his tyre. He just built in.
Yeah, it was the perfect race, wasn't it?
So do you see the same again today? Do you see his first 4 laps being the weakest, or could it be a different story if it was on the medium?
Absolutely, his first 4 laps will be the weakest. I don't think he'll panic at all.
There we are, confirmation that not 100% confirmed, but we're working to have him. It's happening. Obviously.
Well, no, I don't know, because if you're the Dynaval and your rider's leading the championship, I think, Joe, it could even be a decision made after, let's see how the race goes. Yeah. If he has a tough race, bear in mind he's qualified 17th, 18th, Gonzalez, having crashed out in qualifying, he has been the fastest man all weekend. If he has a tough race and finishes 7th or 8th, if I'm his boss, and have exactly, who's a very professional individual, and I've got a contract, obviously they have got a contract with him, he's the boss, and he might say, listen, no, I'm sorry, but now's not the right time.
So have Mir broken a mirror or 2, do you reckon?
Or 3. I'll tell you what, he has broken a few screens. Is it 11 crashes this year?
Yeah, it's just...
I mean, we're at round 8.
Yeah. His pace isn't that bad. Actually, on medium tyre, I think, You know, him and
No.
Zarco are more likely to be there, but you just can't expect it to happen, can you?
And we can't keep saying that as he's picking the bike up out of the gravel. I've got to say, in his defence yesterday, he was encouraged off the track by Jack Miller.
And then he actually got to the gravel.
And ran out of talent in the gravel. I wouldn't mind. Let's watch this as it spin up. He'd forgot to switch the start mode. So basically, you press the start mode button and then you can give it full throttle, and it'll only give you about 8,000 RPM. Look, full throttle, you see. So what he did, he realised it by going to full throttle, and it revved, and it's like, oh, hang on, I'll press the start button. Quite a common mistake, actually. You see quite a few of them do that.
So far this weekend, Marc Marquez has topped 6 out of the 7 sessions. The final one
He's the big
will
one.
be the race. That's coming up in a couple of hours' time. Before that, we're going to be heading towards our first race day, which is Moto3. Bit more build-up from Susie down in the paddock for now, but Marquez topping once more.